Welcome to Your Moment with Miguel Ramirez.
Hello, and welcome to Your Moment. My name is Miguel Ramirez, and on today's episode, I'm going to be inviting Jesse Camacho. Jesse is a podcaster who has the TWJ podcast, and he's going to share some of his experiences when it comes to health and nutrition, and also different fitness type of techniques. He's also going to share his experience with cross-country, and then also ways to utilize discipline when it comes to maintaining a healthy regimen. My interview with Jesse Camacho.
As far as health, I started back in high school, and it was after I joined my wrestling and cross-country / track team, and I'm sure wrestling is something everyone knows, but if someone doesn't know what cross-country is, it's long-distance running
Mm-hmm.
for 3-mile races, while track, the longest it goes is about 1 mile. And I only started paying attention to it because the people around me and like my family, they tell me to take care of my body better because they saw that I was doing something physical, so they wanted me to be in a better shape than I was because they made mistakes when they were younger, and when they were in sports, they didn't take care of their health and their diet as well as they should have. But it wasn't that high of care that I put onto my health and fitness during high school. That's when it started, but it wasn't to the point where I'm at now. Like right now, like back then, I'd put it at a 1 out of 10, and now I'd say, well, I'm like a 7. So it only started to gradually increase as I matured and grew older. So from high school to college, and now to where I'm currently at right now.
And how would you say your consistency changed? Like from when you began and where you're at now, would you say that you've developed more of a discipline in your scheduling?
Oh, definitely. The disciplining is something that I only recently learned about. As funny as it might be to say, since before I would go about my life planning what I thought was healthy lifestyle choices, but I would only do it like here and there. I thought that I'd be consistent, but it'd be like maybe doing it well on Monday, then not doing it so well Wednesday, then messing it up on Saturday. And I was able to become disciplined after college, honestly. It took me all the way up until 2 years ago to start getting my things together.
And when you started in cross country, would you say that beginning something that intensive was something that you had to gradually work up to, or did you just approach it head on, not thinking of any kind of like prior workouts leading to that? Because that is a pretty intensive amount of, running.
I actually jumped into it just like that. I sucked. I was terrible at it at first. I love doing it. You can ask anybody in there. Like I had so much fun doing it with my teammates. Like they were so much fun to hang around with and suffer with. I was terrible at it because I had not done long distance running ever before. Max I had done was maybe like 1 mile, 1.2 miles.
Wow.
But they'd have us like the longest run I've ever been on in cross country is I think like 14 miles.
Mm-hmm.
A 14-mile workout, but I didn't start off at that. When I started off, they just had me do like 1 mile warm-ups, and that was already killer. Like that was already my full workout, and yeah, so I just hopped into there. We wouldn't recommend it, but hey, if you're willing to put up with the pain, then I'd say go ahead and jump into it too.
And now would you say that that amount that you began with has greatly increased? Like I believe I saw a tweet that was like a 5 mile hike in a day.
Oh yeah, my cardio has definitely gone up, and it's not what it used to be because I mean back then I used to be able to handle 14-mile runs at my prime of my running stage, but now I'm a lot stronger. It's not so much my endurance. My endurance maybe, but my endurance with hills is definitely better. That's one thing I have to say. Because before my running skills on a hill were terrible. I mean, I don't know if yeah. So I started doing a hill run every day. That's the run I do. I always go up a hill then go back down. So that's what I started doing, and my endurance for that has made me so much better at hikes because hikes are mostly all uphill except for going back.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool to see it improve like that.
Well, that's a wrap for today's podcast. I'd like to thank Jesse Camacho for stopping by. And I'd like to wish everyone a happy Halloween. I know that this year, for most celebrations in general, hasn't quite felt the same. I hope that, at least to some capacity, you could enjoy Halloween. You know, the frightening movies, candy, pizza, whatever you indulge. I hope that you have a pleasant Halloween, fun times, and a happy weekend. Have a good night.
Stay up to date with news, interviews, and upcoming show episodes by following Your Moment with Miguel Ramirez on Spreaker.com.